if a centipede walked across your arm, it would form these little blisters on your arm.
Really?
So yeah, they secrete a poison. So in these tunnels, there'd be that I'd go into. There would be the centipedes. The centipedes would hang upside down in the ceiling of the tunnels
And fall off onto you.
Well, I would actually, with a flashlight, I would clear my way in with a flashlight. So as I moved into the tunnel and shined a flashlight, they would move back into the darker part of the tunnel. So I could clear my way in.
Was this, you could stand up walking through it?
Crouching.
Crouching.
These tunnels, the Viet Cong built these tunnels in South Vietnam out of the rock. The soil is called laterite, tropical soil. And it's between a consistency of clay and rock. So it's easy to hand carve. So these tunnels are relatively small because they are small, the individuals, and less work if they're small. And they have an arch type shape. And they also had a trench in them for water drainage.
Okay.
And so they were small. Also inside these tunnels would be cave crickets. The cave crickets would be all over the place. So as you're in the tunnels, these cave crickets are jumping on you.
They get like little horns or something?
They have big, long legs.
Yeah.
And they just live in these tunnels.
How big were they? Were like this?
Yeah, they're big. They're grasshopper size.
Okay. But they wouldn't. Those were pretty
They're harmless. They're harmless except for you'd be crushing them and they'd be just all over you. And
so you got centipedes, you got scorpions, you got the potential of running into snakes.
Yeah, I never did see a snake in a tunnel. There were spiders in the tunnels.
Of course.
And then one time I was going in a tunnel. All of a sudden I hear this noise deep in the tunnel. And I'm like, sit up and and all of a sudden all these bats just fly over the top. There was a group of bats that were in the tunnels and they just flew out of the tunnel.
Swarm.
Yeah, but that made my heart go though, because I wasn't expecting that. And that was the first and only time I encountered bats in a tunnel.
Yeah. What were these tunnels for that you were going into?
Now, the tunnels I went into were storage areas.
Like ammunition storage areas?
Yeah. So Rock Island East was the largest enemy weapons and ammunition cache destroyed in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Over 320. So they backhauled a lot of the weapons and ammunition was backhauled out of there. So we only blew up about 74 tons with 300 cases of C4.
And that was you and the 10-man team that was sent over there.